Well, but I got another fragrance for you today. We got a special one. It's Lattafa Scarlet by Anna Abiyed. Now, this one right here, if you're looking for something very different, it's this one, bro. Now, what exactly does this smell like? That's the most important thing. Now, first off, I barely got it for like $20. That's really fucking good for an Eau de Parfum fragrance. I'm not sure if you can actually see it right there. Must have been the wind. Like, this looks luxurious, even though it's just a normal carton, it's just a normal box. It looks really good. Now, look at this presentation right here. Now, first thing that you notice, you will assume you're getting ripped off because look at all this fucking glass right here. It's very 60 mLs. This can easily be like 80, bro. Like, why the fuck do you gotta put all this glass here? But presentation-wise, looks really good. You would assume this fragrance costs like $200, but no, it's barely 20 when I bought it. And I've seen places where it's like 15 even. Now, I thought it was going to be more of a unisex fragrance because it has technically like rose and cherry. Those are like the two main notes on this. But it definitely does throw more over to the women's side. So if you're a man, if you wanna pull this off, you have to dress in a very specific way for it to actually be nice. Like, it's not like you can't wear it, but it's definitely not a daily fragrance for a man. Definitely does throw more over to the women's side, but my god, I hope you can see the atomizer here. Like, it's not bad as well for a $20 fragrance. It's not the worst atomizer. It's also not the best one, but it's not bad. And my god, you definitely get the first thing that you get is definitely that cherry. You get a little bit of the rose on the back end of it, but my god, for $20, I think this is a steal. Now, very important, what is the projection and longevity of this fragrance? Now, because it is a cherry and rose fragrance, most of these sweet fragrances, unless they're like clubbing fragrances, like the Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances, they don't have an amazing projection. But the longevity is actually not that bad. It is an Eau de Parfum concentration. So I used it yesterday, and I still got like 4, maybe like 5 or 6 hours on my skin. Sorry, on my clothes and on my skin as well. So I really don't think it's a bad longevity fragrance. But obviously the projection, it could be a little bit better. Obviously, when you first spray it on, it's gonna be very good. But obviously, after the 4 hour mark, that's when it's obviously gonna be a little bit less. It's gonna sit a lot closer to the skin. Now then, the very important part as well. Are you going to smell different? Do you smell good? Yes to both of them. You're gonna smell so different than everybody else in the room or wherever else you're going. And you're gonna smell nice because it really is a nice smelling fragrance. It's pleasant and it's a little bit subtle. Now, if you're new to fragrance, this is the site to go at, Fragrantica. If you're new to fragrance and you want to know exactly how something smells, just go to this site, look for the fragrance, and you're going to get all the information that you need. So, we got Anna Abiyet Scarlet Lattafa. I always like showing you guys this because you can see the notes right here, as I said. You definitely get that rose, and you definitely get that cherry, and it's obviously a very sweet fragrance. Now, I also love this page because, as I said, it gives you a pretty good longevity. On the sillage, you can see a lot of people say strong, but as I said, it does sit more closer to the skin after the 4 hour mark. That's why it's moderate. And the gender, as you can see, like some people like saying was unisex, and I thought it was very heavily unisex, but as you can see, it throws more to the female side. And obviously the price. My god, $20, $15, 25 at most. You can't fucking beat that for another parfum. So if you're definitely looking to gift something to someone, especially if you know they love perfumes, this one right here is actually a pretty good option because it's gonna be a lot more different than any other perfumes they have, and it's not a bad perfume. I'm gonna be honest, like, it's not a bad perfume. It smells amazing. They're gonna smell so different, and they're gonna love you for it. So yeah, Scarlet by Lattafa, pretty good choice in my opinion.